This is arguably the best domino set available, like that you can buy, as far as a true professional, flawless domino playing set. So you can, just get it a normal set, which the only difference from what I got in a normal set is you can get an engraving right here. Okay, so you can get an engraving done, and I did that. Outside of that, everything's the same. And it's just beautiful. This up here is how you keep score. And you got the pegs. The pegs are in here. And from here to here is 150. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And you keep score that way, right? So now I know all about this because we have an old Alex Cramer set from way back, I think around the time I was born. And this is it. The top is being modified right now. But this is the old school one from like 1980, 81, somewhere in there, right? Comes with a certificate of authenticity. Like that's really dope. I'm gonna laminate this and probably connect it right here. And then they give you this thing right here that just basically says, hey, anytime in the life of this set, if you can't find a domino, it gets messed up somehow, hit us up, we'll replace it for you. So that's dope. And it gives you, got a little hole here, so it's easy to get in there. That's just smart to do. You can get in there and grab it, and it's not a bunch of space in between, the dominoes and the wall. It's just enough and not too much. I like that. I don't want to go along too long on this, but I do want to show you something. I want to show you the size. So they'll talk about jumbo dominoes, but sometimes, companies will say, oh, it's a jumbo domino, but it really isn't. It's really not a jumbo domino. And so these right here are the old school tournament size dominoes. This used to be what everybody used, right? It's just what it was. And these still, they play fine. You can play with it. It's no biggie. It's not like those ones that are like super thin that is hard to hold on to. These aren't those. They're actually thicker than those, but they're still a little smaller. This is just old school, and you can see the size difference, right? So these are much larger, but they're not just like a little larger. They're larger by a good margin. Now these right here, this is from a set that I got, and they claim that it's a jumbo size, but it's close. It's very close. But when you put them side by side, you can actually see it's that these are bigger than these. I would just call this tournament size without the jumbo, but they are still very, nice size. They're still bigger than the first ones I showed you. Okay, they're still bigger than these, right? But they're not as big as that guy right there. So these are really, the ones. Like, these are big, they're thick, and they're not just big and thick though. On top of that, they're also heavier than all the rest of them. Here goes another one that they claim is jumbo, and you can see it's bigger than that as well. And trust me, if you play with these, you love it. These are nice and thick and big. These are bigger than normal dominoes. Like I said, this is your normal domino. When you go to Walmart and just grab a set of dominoes, they're like this size, okay? And these are even bigger than that. They're bigger, and they're, well, this is different, but they're bigger, period. And the ones that you buy, like the toy kind of dominoes, the ones with the color dots, those are actually thinner than these and thinner than these, okay? Now, as far as the weight, these two weigh approximately the same. And most of them do, but this weighs more than all of them. I got another set. I got a lot of sets, but I'll show you this. So this is the second largest domino set I have, and that's the closest thing to being like the same size. Okay, it's the closest thing. Oh, second closest thing. So this is a little bigger than those other ones you were seeing. And it's heavier for sure than those other ones. I've weighed all these, right? So it's heavier, right? But it's still smaller than that big guy. That says a lot. And then on top of that, here's another case of I got right here. And I actually got these dominoes a while ago, and I just happened to get lucky because the company that I got these from, you try to get a set this nice, you'll strike out. They're just not making them like this anymore. So this is the second best I have, the best domino set I have, second best. And when you put it next to this, you can see it's about the same, but it is just a little bit smaller. I don't know if you can tell from there, but it's just a little bit smaller than this one. And on top of it being smaller, it's thicker. So the Cramer is thicker. The Cramer is thicker than every other one I've showed you. It's slightly bigger, some of them a little more than slightly bigger, and it's heavier than all of them. It's this perfect, great weight, man. It's an amazing weight, really nice, big size dominoes, okay? And so that's just size. I'm showing you the size right now, but there's more to it than just the size, right? So here's our, this is second place. Okay, here's a third place. You know, I'm just lining these up so you can see the comparison, right? So you can see that comparison. Here's a old school right here. Okay, so you get to see all these different domino sets, and these are all different brands. Actually, this one's the same brand as that one. It's just from the 80s. This is your 2022. So, but anyway, the other ones are from different brands, and you can see that the Alex Cramer is larger than all of them, and they all claim to be jumbo, and yet the Alex Cramer is the true jumbo, as you can see, and it weighs more than the rest of them. Now, these aren't like significant weights, right? This is, you know, these are plain dominoes, so it's not like something crazy, but it's definitely weighs more for sure. So anyway, I don't want this to be too long, so that's that. Oh, put that back in there. The other thing, again, you have the scorekeeping, right? So 2 of these pegs are gold, the other 2 are silver. Okay. Like I said, you got that gap in there to be able to reach in there and pull the dominoes out. And the bottom of it has like a smooth bottom there, so that the dominoes don't get all scratched up, you know, on the wood or whatever. So it's a nice smooth thing there at the bottom. It's also smooth down here. Okay, it's also smooth down there. This clips on perfect. The wood is freaking beautiful. You can see it's an American walnut, and everything is lined up perfect, man. And I mean perfect. And this stuff is like how it's made. They said it's pressurized down to 3,000 foot-pounds of pressure, pressing down on a compound called UREI, carbamide, urea carbamide. So anyway, that's it. It is flawless, okay? I mean, when you look at these, you can look over it. You can look on the back, on the front. There's no machine marks. There is nothing. These things are perfect. They are perfect. It's flawless. There's no marks. There's no issues anywhere. On some of these, you can look on the back and see this slight little white, you know, marks or whatever. It might be real small. If you're a heavy cheater, you can like try and pay attention to that and maybe try to cheat or something. But you know, most people aren't like that's, you know, but some people really do that, you know, and so you can't do that with this set. I don't care how bad you want to cheat or how you want to try. There's nothing on these dominoes on the back that sets it apart that you'll be able to know that it's domino 5 or 6 or whatever. Nuh-uh. Everything's perfect. There's nothing. I cannot say that for the rest of these. Okay. I mean, this is a really good one. Don't get me wrong. But in every set I have, there's a little something. Actually, there is something right there. Right. So if you really wanted to try, because there's machine marks that you can see if you really look. So these things aren't a huge deal for most domino players. But when you're a professional domino player, when you're a really good, and the people you play with are, you know, serious, real deal domino players, or you're looking to do like a championship, you want something that's flawless, has zero chance of marks. And that's what these guys provide you. Perfect dominoes, a perfect case, perfect quality. Warranty is a lifetime, no questions asked, period. I even tested them out and there's no questions asked. They replace, period, point blank. So there it goes. That's that. Alex Cramer domino set.